The main thing about a parliamentary front is that it's a bipartisan approach involving government and opposition. And in the case of Trinidad and Tobago, we also have an independent bench in the Senate, so independent senators also. And the way in which we collaborate on national matters, including matters relating to food, agriculture, food safety, and those things, we have standing committees of the Parliament and called joint select committees, and there's a lot of collaboration that takes place there. So for example, what we've done so far, first thing is that in relation to the sustainability development goals, we've been able to, based on a motion moved by an opposition senator, we had a very robust debate in the Senate, and the motion was passed unanimously. What that means is that the government must now report on a periodic basis in terms of the work that goes on towards the SDGs, and report to the Parliament and report to the country. That's one area. The second thing is that Trinidad has an overarching national development policy called Vision 2030. That document, after being approved by Cabinet, was laid in the Parliament with a request that it be put before a joint select committee of both houses. There was no opposition support for the recommendation, but the Parliament agreed, both houses agreed to the use of the joint select committee. And what that means is that both sides of the political divide and the independent senators would be able to make a contribution on the issue. And then in the third area, in relation to the joint select committees, we've had joint select committees which have considered the issue of food safety and food fraud and tendered a report to the Parliament. We've had a joint select committee which considered the issue of land tenure as it relates to agricultural land, and we have had a joint select committee that has considered the issue of how our current arrangements for the use of land impacts food production. Our ministry, the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, we have been developing sector plans. We've been developing an overarching plan for agriculture in Trinidad. Those will be put before the joint select committees for consideration as part of the work of those joint select committees, and the outcome of the discussion will be taken into consideration in advance in those plans. So the ministry intends to use the parliamentary system to get the views of the opposition parliamentarians and the independent bench. And I think we've had a very fruitful discussion. I think there's a common understanding that as legislators we play a very important role in terms of ensuring that our individual countries design food systems that would continue to feed the region. So that is important. I think we understand the role of legislators also in some cases supervising policy implementation depending on the country you're in, and also ensuring that what the law says needs to be done actually gets done.